I'm Judy Shaw for NYSE Floor Talk. Joining me today is Larry Aschebrook. He is chairman, and we have Ward Davis, CEO, both with G Squared Ascend One. Gentlemen, it is so great to have you on the show. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having us, Judy. We're excited to be here.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
Thank you, Judy.
Great to have you both. Now, a quick note to our viewers, this interview is for informational purposes only. The NYSE doesn't recommend any investments or investment strategies. Now, Larry, tell me, why did you decide to form G Squared Ascend One?
Yeah, I mean, for us at G Squared, which stands for Global Growth, our sponsor is a growth venture capital manager. We've been in the industry for over a decade. We've been a capital solutions provider to the ecosystem, including some of the world's leading private businesses for the past decade or so. And as the markets evolved in the onset of the unicorn class, which has essentially become a new asset class for all of those who follow it, to continue to provide the ecosystem with the necessary tools and be a relevant investor, for us launching the SPAC franchise under the G Squared Ascend brand makes a lot of sense. It's a natural evolution of the work we've already done for the past decade or so into the world's leading private businesses, and us being able to add, and not just capital from a traditional primary perspective or helping companies with employee tenders and one-off secondaries, having a SPAC franchise to eventually help those same businesses access the public markets for their next chapter of growth made a lot of sense to us. And that's why SPAC, why now, and a little bit more about G Squared.
Okay, now tell me, what makes you unique in the SPAC universe?
Yeah, I think our background as a venture capital manager over the past decade or so, as I previously mentioned, I think for us and the frequency in which we're interacting with the several hundred companies in the growth ecosystem as private companies, as well as our fellow managers and their portfolios, and really having that proprietary deal library that we can draw upon for very terrific business prospects from a target perspective is for us a significant advantage, as well as our deep ties and relationships across the 6 tech-centric megatrends that we invest in today. We believe we're well suited to have a very successful outcome here, is launching a SPAC franchise under the G Squared banner, so to speak.
Okay, now Ward, tell me, what type of company are you hoping to acquire?
We intend to acquire a tier 1 asset, a growth company within the broad technology sector that lies within our core 6 megatrends. G Squared's research effort really focuses on online marketplaces, new age media, sustainability, software as a service businesses, fintech, insurtech, and mobility 2.0 and logistics. I think our search will probably end up focusing more on the latter 3 of those 6 megatrends. Beyond that, G Squared holds a proprietary database, Judy, that we get either full information access or at least quarterly updates from some of our peers that enable us to monitor those businesses. And so we'll also use that proprietary database as a key component of our search. Beyond that, the acquisition criteria, I think we'll focus on a business that's probably at $2 billion, upwards of $6 billion in market cap. We're looking at companies that have a substantial total addressable market, where there's a fairly substantial runway for growth. These are really disruptive technology businesses. We want a company that also has defensible, deep moats, strong unit economics with a clear path to profitability. That's a very important component of what we're looking at. We also want to have a management team in place that's ready to make that big leap to public markets. So that's the core focus. But also a management team, I think that will also fully appreciate the A-list team of directors and special advisors that we've put in place. As many of these companies ought to appreciate, 1 or more of these individuals we have on our team would be an excellent board member for the ongoing company.
Okay, that sounds great. Now, finally, tell me, what's the plan for growth for the future 5+ years?
Yeah, I think at G Squared, what we're going to be focused on in the future is what we've been focused on in the past, which is to be a relevant player in the private ecosystem for our private funds. Obviously, launching the SPAC franchise under G Squared Ascend One for us is a new business line that we're excited about. For us, we want to continue to serve our constituents, both our companies, our fellow managers, as well as our investors, and provide them with best-in-class returns, regardless if it's in the private markets or in the public markets. And then from being relevant in the ecosystem perspective with our portfolio companies, providing an ongoing capital solutions outcome for many companies in the private ecosystem, as well as the SPAC, which we believe will be an exit as a service type of platform for the companies in which we study. So for us, it's hopefully the future brings the success that the past has had, continuing to be able to invest in world-leading private companies, companies that transform industries, companies that have really revolutionized the segments in which they're operating their businesses in, and be a part of their growth story, both as private businesses as well as public companies. And continue to carry forward the work that we've put the past decade or so of our team's experience into today.
Well, Larry, Ward, it's been great to have you on the show. Thanks for joining me on NYSE Floor Talk.
Thanks,
All right,
Judy.
thanks, Judy. Thank you very much.